today's topic, once again, we're going to be discussing. Wait, before I discuss the topic, it is October, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it is the season of fall
Y'all see my pink?
Halloween. Yes.
Y'all see my pink?
We are, I'm representing the Halloween theme, the fall season, and he's got on his pink, representing the breast cancer awareness, And we wanted to also acknowledge that for the beginning of the video.
Facts.
So before we get started, we did want to say the topic of discussion is going to be about
Your perception of heaven or hell. Well, like what we think heaven or hell really is.
Yes, we got a glimpse of a video we were talking about earlier today, and also another show that's currently running on Netflix called The Preacher.
Yeah, y'all should check that out. It's
dope. We're not
dope.
sponsored by Netflix, by the way, but if Netflix does want to give us a call,
holla.
Go ahead and give us a call.
Holla.
We will, because we definitely will, because we love us some Netflix.
Facts.
But The Preacher is about do you know more about it than I do?
Yeah,
because I'm just getting started in it.
It's about this guy. His father was a preacher, and
we don't want to give too many spoilers.
He made a promise to his father that he was going to be a good man, basically,
and make better choices.
Yeah, so he became a preacher as he got older, but he also has a past that he's dealing with that comes to surface, also with the current things he's going through, and it's about how he navigates this and the choices he making. Is he making them out of ego, or is it the right choice or the best choice he can make?
Yeah, is he doing it for himself, or is he doing it for others?
Right.
And when we try to do things for others, we tend to get in our ego.
Right. And
we allow our ego to boost us in a way to get us down the path, but that can somehow backfire on us. And you wind up being the result of what you created, because you let your ego lead the way. When you have when you get power, when you have a certain amount of power in your life, it is your job to have great responsibility with that power. And
that's another thing. He was given a great power, and it's also about, is he using it, is he wielding it responsibly or mishandling it?
Exactly. And in that show, it basically gives off about, it's not about what you did and how you do it, it's what you do with it when you have it. It's like, when you have the chance, maybe you have a chance, but you get multiple chances with what you have. Like, you're learning how to use the power you have, but at the same time, how are you learning how to use that power? Like, are you making more mistakes,
right,
or are you making things better? Right. And it's like, there are people who take advantage of that type of power that you have. Like, if you have a great influence on people, or that someone is weaker than you, or you can sense certain things, like, what type of way, how do you create that? Like, what are you using with that power that you have?
Right. And we all have a power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the moment you realize and recognize what your power is and start to walk in your power and stand in your power, it's then you have a responsibility. Not just to yourself, but to the other people, not even just the people around you, just the things within your circle that you have direct influence or you directly affect.
Yeah, because what choice you make not only just affects you, it affects everything after you, before you, around you.
It's always a trickle down.
It's a butterfly effect.
Yeah, and if you're misusing your power, it's not only going to start to affect you, but it's going to start to affect everything around you, like the people around you, the people closest, and the things you have your energy put your energy into. Like, so you got to be constantly aware of, especially once you recognize what power you have. You have to be constantly aware not to misuse it.
Yeah, because in that show, the preacher is a preacher, and it's like he was already walking in that path because it was given to him. And by him using that power that was given to him, he was able. He had it before the power was really given to him. He was already in the position to receive it.
Right.
So when he actually put himself in the position to receive it, it was before he received it, he was in a place where he didn't think he would ever make it to the place where he was attempting to reach, because he never assumed that he was ever going to get that type of power to begin with. Even if he was told, even when things were happening around him, even when he had the house, he had everything that he needed to be that version of what he wanted to, he still doubted himself because he was led to think that he had to do it a certain way. Right. He had to be a certain type of preacher. He had to do things this way. But in reality, it was the way of your way, and your way was the way that was given to him, which was when he received that power.
Right. And he just he had to keep himself for, like, in alignment in what his true purpose was.
And he had the power in his tongue.
Right.
The power in his tongue was the most valuable thing about the show. And if you lose your power, like, you can have that power, but you have to be careful what you say and what you do with it. Because if your power is strong enough to change people and make people do things that other people can't, but yet you use it for ill intentions, it will soon backfire on you, even if you think you're doing it for the right reasons.
Facts. So you're going to end up losing.
And that's where your ego gets in the way. And then you have to feel like you feel like your power has to be, your power gets over, what is it? It overtakes you before you allow that power
to overwhelms you. And then next thing you know, you're making decisions not with your whole self. You're making decisions based off the power that you wield.
Yeah.
Instead of wholehearted decisions with information and intelligence and all those things that go into making a good decision. Yeah, and that's why there's a scene in the show where there's a boy who committed a crime, and he had repercussions that occurred once that crime was committed, which led him to permanent damage to him and the other party that was involved. I don't want to give too much detail, but when you see it, it will be a shocker, and it will be something that you will let sometimes God is funny because just because you think you can get away with something, I will forgive you, but you will reap what you sow. So therefore you will walk around with the face that you deserve because of the actions that you put upon others, is all I'm going to say. With that show, so go check out The Preacher. On Netflix, it's dope.
Yeah, but that's where we wanted to start off by the intro, because when you create your own hell...
Yeah, I was just about to say, before we digress any further.
I'm going to tell you something.
But that was a good segue though, because that show shows you damn, here we go. Here I go again. But that shows you a depiction of heaven and more so hell. Yeah, because you create your own hell. You created that situation you wanted. And imagine you being the God that you are, God goddess that you are, you having this power within you, and you walking on this earth creating the life that you want to live in, that you living in it or you want to live in or not. But whatever cards you've been dealt with, you learn how to use those cards to get a better hand, is what I would say. Right. So you could either choose to make decisions that, I may have got a shitty hand, but I'm going to figure out how to make this shit to the sugar, this shit into sugar, Yeah, I'm going to figure out how to trade and figure out a way to make my life better. So it's like, either I could take the cards that I've had and use that and be mad and just stick with the fact that, I got these cards, so that's all I'm ever having. I'm just be mad with the world, and that's all I can't do. Being that type of energy, I'm creating the world that I'm creating based off that mindset that I have. And that's exactly how people create their own hell. Right here on earth. And you realize, a lot of y'all don't realize, I didn't realize either, when you go through
we never
cycle over and over, even if it's with relationships, with with people, you going through the same constant cycle, even if it's different people, different faces, but it's the same constant cycle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're getting the same type of energy you was getting. Is because you've created your own hell. You haven't set your boundaries. You haven't learned from the last time you dealt with this type of energy or type of, situation. You didn't learn the lesson. You didn't look for the silver lining. You didn't see where you could grow from it. And you just let it happen, and then it's going to keep happening until you decide to do something about it. See, that's how you create your own heaven and create your own hell right here on earth.
It starts here first.
Right.
It starts now. You're living, you're breathing, this is the way to be. This is heaven right now. Your body is your temple.
Right.
In order for you to imagine creating the heaven-like world that you want to be in now, and then when you pass, you're able to live in peace because you know you lived a well-lived life. You passed on a generation. You created a generation of peace. That way you can always look back on even after life. Like even them, they honor you even after you're gone because you set a certain foundation now where that even after life is still proceeding. Like bloodline, like being of royalty, creating something of yourself, making your life even well worth living because you can only complain about what's happening, but what are you going to do with what's happening?
Right, and like that just goes to like even just waking up in the morning and choosing to be happy. That's living your life well. That's a conscious decision that you're gonna have a good day. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna let the outside influence your inner. Because once you keep constantly letting your outside influence your inner, then you're gonna be subjectable to that all the time. Yeah. Everything that's happening around you is gonna affect your mood and cause you to have shifts throughout the day where you have a bad day and it might ruin the rest of your day because you allowed this outside influence to affect your inner.
And you know, the best thing I can give you advice on when situations that happen out of your control is immediately find the good and the bad. Immediately.
Right.
I'm talking about the moment when something pisses you off, you find out something that can make you feel good. Because the game is to see how much energy something that you don't even know is even around you or aware that is being sent to you can gain from you. How much can it get pulled from you, whether it's this or that, whether it's anxiety, whether it's a fly, whether it's a hit, whether it's a trip, whether it's something lost, misplaced. It's a lot of trickery and tricks of spirits and type of things around you to try to get you out of alignment, to get you where they want you to be, just so they can play the cards. So they're on their side that they can win a little bit further. They can get a little further off of what you're giving because they can't go unless you make that move first. So if you're making the right moves, then they have nothing to go off of.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you may give them a little bit to think they're winning, but at the same time, you're learning from your losses, and they're just learning how to try to keep you in the loss part of it. Like, they're only doing things based off what you make this decision off of. Like, so if you make the wrong move, that makes them make the room, that leaves them an open doorway to try to bring you towards them because you're in their arena now. You're like, I did that and I put myself there, so now I have to fight off these demons or these people, because even if I have the capability to do it, I still have to put myself here where I have to do this. It's like,
all right, and that's, you become aware of that when you start holding yourself accountable for your own actions, like putting yourself in certain positions to where, just like what they say, when you give somebody an inch, they take a mile. Where you put yourself in position to give them the inch, knowing they was gonna take the mile. Like, why would you do that?
Oh my God!
You have to be willing to hold yourself accountable. See, right then you're creating you're creating your own hell. You're creating something else for you to be upset about.
Yes.
Because you didn't set your boundary and you didn't stand on it.
Yeah, and you should have stood on that. And if you don't stand on these things, and promise you guys, it will reflect on what things that go back to within yourself that you're allowing based off where you're at. And sometimes it could be another, you're aware of everything here, but you're still unaware of that.
Right.
But because you can have all this awareness here, doesn't mean you have all awareness there. It still trickles you down to keep finding more puzzle pieces to things that need to be, shed light on, things that have been hidden in the dark because it's been forced and pushed down and suppressed because of where you're at and what emotions you have. And the hell that you feel like you're in hell. If we're in hell already, might as well make the best of it. So it's like, why not use the things that have already been given? Like, they give you fire, so use the fire to cook you something to eat. Right. They give you a fish, well, learn how to fish. Like, it's certain things that you can use that, they only gave you a string, a rubber band, and a paper clip. And you're going to use that string, that rubber band, and paper clip to make a slingshot to kill something. Like, it's not about what you got, it's how you use what you got.
Right. And like, a lot of people equate heaven with material possessions. Like things you know what I'm saying? And for me, my perception of heaven is I don't think heaven comes without its complications. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, without obstacles. I think heaven is more of a state of mind. Like, if I can find peace in no matter what is going on, if I can find peace in that situation and still find a solution and work through it and come out better because I did, like I feel like that's heaven. Like, because I'm peaceful throughout. No matter what I'm facing, I was able to face it head on, deal with it, learn from it, grow, become better as a person because I did, and move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think having your heaven on earth is. Like, being able to find peace in the chaos.
Yes, because I learned one thing. You find yourself thanking yourself even when you look back on yourself and you go, oh, that's funny, because if that would have never happened, I would have never known that that was happening. So it's like, say for instance, like you said, that happened to you, you know, you're like, why the hell did that happen? I had never had that happen to me.
Right.
But because the moment you found that peace and you did an action that was helping you become a better version of yourself, and you showed that to the wrong person, or the wrong person saw it,
right,
and you didn't know you had a person in your energy that was giving off that type of energy towards you, just because they thought they had you in their mind in a place where they put you, and you stepped out that place, and now they're like, oh, I don't like that this person is doing better, and I never thought they could be better. So therefore, things like beauty magic and black magic and gossip, like things that people think that aren't affecting, because it comes, like, you know, that's exactly, someone watching right now is looking at you, talking about your facial features, or looking at you, and your body will let you know, because it's like, hold on, somebody is sending something and you're allowing them in your energy, or something that is open, that they are able to even send that, because there's something you're not protecting yourself about. You know, who is in your energy? Who are you letting around you? Who is talking, touching, being in you, where they're taking from you more than they're giving from you?
That's what I was telling you about a certain situation I be dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
It's like, and I'm hyper aware of it, and it's like, damn. Now I'm at a place now where I have to figure out a peaceful solution, because if I take it one way, it could affect me and what I got going on negatively, and I can't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, because that's just about, I know what you're talking about.
And that's secretly what they want to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want me to crash out, and I'm not gonna crash out, because I got other things I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be responsible for. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. But anyway, I'm hyper aware of what's going on, and I'm just right now I'm just trying to find let me find this solution in this pocket, and I'm gonna get it right.
You know, the way I look at it is, you're a water sign. You're in the pit of hell. These people are thirsty.
Right.
They want your water. They want a sip of your cup, like you said in the last one. They want a sip of your cup, so they want to quench their thirst, and you are the only one in that building that can quench their thirst, whether they are aware of it or not. And you have to be the one to say, hey, you can't get out and you can't get shit from this cup. And that, as a woman, that's how I look at myself. If I'm walking around with a tall glass of water, and I know everybody is thirsty and everybody's on fire because they're in hell, and I'm out here sipping from my own heaven because I created this, I did the work, I extinguished and created a place in hell that we're all supposed to be in, because I'm here with you. I'm in the same place as you, but I figured out how to make the best out of it.
Right.
You're upset that you're not on your own place and you want to be on my island. And I'm a giver, and trust me, I'll give you some of my cup, because I have plenty. I am from the child of God. I am abundant. That's what I come from. That is who I am. I didn't know this until I had to figure out my cup was out here being dripped off and sucked up in all types of ways, Paul. You know, I'm just saying, you know, just from this environment, from this system, from people, places, things taking from me, leaving me thirsty for my own. Where is my cup? Where is my water? I'm a Scorpio. I'm a water sign. So therefore, I know my cup is abundant, and I know how to refill my cup as well. But then I might have to slice and dice and steal and kill in a spiritual way.
Yeah, I might have to cut some.
Protect
I cut some ties.
I gotta cut them cords to get my shit back because I gave it to the wrong people.
Right.
If we gonna be creating heaven and hell, because then we don't. This place is whatever it is what it is, and I'm gonna make the best out of it, whether in life or afterlife. So if I have to relive the life after life, let me know. Let me make the best of it. Because I don't want to ever have to be stuck in misery when I know I can choose happiness.
Right, and some people, and I think at some point in our lives we probably all been victim of it, not victim but guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? Getting comfortable in the hell. You know what I'm saying? Getting comfortable in the chaos instead of finding your peace within the chaos. You know what I'm saying? You just accept all the chaotic shit and accept it and like don't set any boundaries and keep letting this chaos
normalized.
Yeah, you normalize the chaos. Like we already living in hell.
It's like you know what's so funny is you could be. That's why it's good to surround yourself with people that are like minded, because best believe I'm gonna be in the ocean while everybody's on fire, because if I'm gonna be the one to, your vibe attracts your tribe. So your inner world is your outer world. So if I'm creating peace, I bet you I'm gonna attract peace, because
Right.
I'm not gonna allow people who are on fire to come and burn me because you're set on fire. You chose the fire, so I chose water. I'm going to cleanse myself, cut cords, and keep myself abundantly fresh with water, and constantly filling up myself with knowledge and information and wisdom and peace, and keeping me more grounded than I need to be, because I don't want to be lost in the sauce and burning, and running and asking and seeking everybody else outside me to fill my cup, because I don't have water to quench this thirst that I am living in.
Like we gotta. It's nobody wants to run in circles. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't start to take accountability for your own actions and the decisions you make, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna constantly run in circles. You're gonna be stuck in a perpetual hell that's never gonna stop. You're not gonna have a moment's peace, and people get comfortable with that sometimes. Like, and it's not healthy. It breeds more toxicity. You know what I'm saying? You get more and more toxic. You keep having toxic relationships.
Because you have to be careful who's attached to you, because yes, some people can have a cup come to you with a filled cup, but it's not the cup that they filled on their own.
Right.
People come to you with cups that were filled by others, presenting it to you as if it was their own. And when that cup gets filled, it starts draining out. The illusion that was given to you starts to fade, and now they look for you to fill their cup, and now they want to attach themselves to you. And there's more spirits like that, more people like that in this world than you think, because there's a lot of pretenders and people who want to be you or be like you and be their own cup, but they have to go through the work to get through that fire that they're in. And it's not easy. It takes a lot of pain. It takes a lot of reconstruction. It takes a lot of death and rebirth for that process to come through. But you have to know that everything is a process, no matter what you think it is, no matter how often. I don't care. When you give birth, when you have a child, when you go to work, anything you do, when you wake up in the morning, it's a process. Everything comes with a process, and there's no skipping it. You can't go from here to there and think there's no process.
Right. That's why every morning I get up, every time I get up, open my eyes, I try to murder my old self. Like, I know that was kind of, you know what I mean? But
yo, why did you say that? I instantly visualize you waking up and just stabbing a version, like someone next to you, and that's how you have to fight. That's what it is. Like you wake up and be like, who's gonna kill each other?
Like, fight old versions of yourself every day.
Yo, that is the perfect analogy. Cause listen, the animation that popped in my head was ridiculous. It was also Kame ninja fighting. You fighting yourself, and who gonna win today is the choice. Yo, that's why I want to. Your
old self gonna murder you, the new version, or the new version gonna murder you?
Are you like who? And then you do this constantly every day. You gotta choose and it's not even murder, because they come back. They be like, all right,
they always come back.
I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see which we gonna win.
You gotta put them down, but they never leave. But it's all like Who are you choosing to let walk out that door?
Okay, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna be like the Angry Beavers trying to squeeze which one needs to do it. You ever seen the Angry Beavers?
Yeah, that was my shit.
It's alright, because I'm gonna show a clip of it, like when the introduction, how the Angry Beavers be coming through and they be like
Squeeze through the door and shit.
yeah, they be over there fighting. That's like good and bad. If you watch the Angry Beavers, I watched it as a kid. That's gonna show you a basic version of like good and bad, because it's like the brown one and the white one. They were racist. I don't know about y'all, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they had the little light skin one.
Yeah, that's another subject. We ain't gonna get into all that.
Okay, anyways. But yeah, so it's like you got to be careful, because you be fighting yourself. Wake up.
All right, because it's like if you have you're never gonna get rid of the old version of you. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the devil and God.
Right.
Neither
you know
one
what I'm saying?
can exist without the other.
You got to have the other, because the old version of you helps you learn, and so you can become the better version of you. Yeah. So you can be that better version because you've learned from the old version. You see what happened to the old you, the shit that the old you goes through, and this is daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you take from that, learn from it, and become a better version. And that's what I choose to do every day. I choose to be, even if it's just by a little bit, I choose to be better than what I was yesterday.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I make a conscious decision that that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm trying to be, in whatever aspect I can find a way to be better than what I was yesterday. That's what I'm going to do.
You know, the hardest part about, listen, y'all, to keep it real with y'all, this shit is not fucking easy.
It is not at all.
And I want y'all to see me for what it is. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about the shit that I've been through and things that I've done. Forgive me for my speech, but that's just how real it is, because when I have to express myself on certain topics, that's exactly how I'm going to express it. But back to what I was saying. It's like, the shit ain't easy. Because I'm telling you, I'll make a decision that I know, motherfuckers, that shit is not the right one. But somehow I understand why I make it. Even when I think, oh, I just did something. I won't condemn myself. I'll be like, damn, man, I wanted to feel that dopamine real quick, and I gotta check myself on that. Like, why do I want that? Like, okay, let me find dopamine somewhere else, like you said before. It's like, all right, let me make a better decision today. And even if I did that yesterday, I bet you I won't make it tomorrow. And even if I do make it tomorrow, I bet you I'm striving to make it better regardless. Because we're even us telling ourselves we're going to do better, we're going to do better, because we think it's going to happen right overnight. We think it's going to happen the next day.
It's never overnight.
Yeah, it's like I want to stop now, but you know, when you're stuck on a drug, you got to learn how to withdraw easily. Sometimes you can't go cold turkey because you might your body can't handle that. But that's why it's your awareness and knowing how you know how to handle yourself, what doses you need, what is it that you need to get yourself to a better lane. Like, how are you going to handle it? I can't tell you how you're going to do you, because I'm not you, but you know what you are bad in and what's your toxic ways, and you know what patterns you do when you know you're in your toxic ways. So it's like, okay, what have I not fully killed off? I must have left some residue there that got me fucked up. But then you also think about where you're at, your environment, know that those traps are always laid, and you might fall in them every now and then.
Yeah, but just being in the mindset that you want to do better, you want to be better, is half the battle. Because a lot of times people don't even get into that mindset to where they want to be better, want to change, want to do better than what they are currently or what they've been through. Like, a lot of people don't even have that mindset. They just, oh, well, this is my life, this is what it is. No, it doesn't have to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can create your own heaven right here on earth. It's all about the choices you make every day. It's all about the choices you make with the information, and with the information that you have or that you take in and receive. You utilize it, and the gifts that you have, the power that you have, you utilize that to be better and make a positive impact on wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm rambling, but you know what
Don't
I mean?
say you rambling, because I'm listening, because that's how you move, that's how you talk. You know, when things come, you utilize everything that is given to you. I'm telling you,
like
all the things. I'm so thankful that I write when I need to write, because when I go back and I look over myself, and whenever I wrote it, it always resonates when I need to read it.
And that's a very healthy thing to do.
Everybody, I would advise you, get you a journal, get you a pen, and write your thoughts. And even, I don't give a freak if it's just about how you feel. Your feelings are valid.
Even if they seem incoherent, like you can't even make sense of what you're writing down at the moment.
It will help. It doesn't matter. Your higher self is trying to give you a message that you can't understand now, but you will later.
Yeah,
it's like, as a parent, your parent goes, you don't understand now, but you will later. And just because you don't know now doesn't mean you won't understand later. And it's part of the process that needs to be placed in so that it can have that outcome you're looking for. Like,
facts.
When
you seeking, positive outcomes, then you lead with positivity. You do positive things to get positive outcomes. It's math. You know what I'm saying? So even when you're faced with a bad situation, just like math, when you're faced with a bad math problem or a big math problem, you have to go into it. Yeah, you have to go into it positively. Like, all right, I put the work in, I can work this out. It might take some time, but I can work it out as long as I put the work in, trust the process, and even follow the steps.
When you make a wrong mistake, you go and you get someone correct that, someone who knows how to correct you in your mistake, which is your teacher. Your teacher knows how to go and say, hey, you made that mistake here. That may have been corrected, but if you would have made this and this and that would have ended up with this answer. But because you did this and this and this was the answer. And, life is math. And when we be like, the math ain't mathing, that shit is real. Your energy ain't energy, and the way I assume. You're telling me one thing, but your energy is showing me another thing.
Right.
You're telling me you're going to do this, but you're doing this, even with yourself. You say you're going to do this, but you do this. I do that with myself every day, and I be like, wow, let's talk and have a conversation. Why you do that? Well, okay, well, that's not an excuse, but even if it is an excuse, why? And it's like, okay, no excuses. Take accountability and go, okay, I did that because, okay, well, we accept that. Just move on and keep going. Just don't let that shit keep going and happening. Recognize the pattern and do what you need to do to make it correct.
That's what I was telling you earlier, like last night. I was making life decisions in a drive-thru. Like,
having a midlife crisis, like, no, why?
Because I know I should not be here.
It's almost like a warp. When you see a scene in the show and then all of a sudden you see like a shift like happens, like, boom, and all of a sudden you sit there and you're like,
what the fuck?
That's exactly how I feel like stuff happens. Like, you made one choice right before that thought process happened, which led you to go into that inner thought, that level up, that systematic. It said, sit down, analyze. You don't know what's happening, and you go, shoulders. So yeah.
I was sitting there like, I don't even really want this shit. I know I'm gonna be mad at myself after the fact. Why am I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I drove off and said, go home. You know what I'm saying? Took myself home. Now, normally, the old me would have not wouldn't have cared.
That part.
The old me wouldn't have cared. It'd have just been like, so what? Get it. You want it? Do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. But that also be like, now after watching that show on Netflix, that should not be for kids at all. I'm not even gonna say it, but the Twilight of Gods or something. What is it?
Oh yeah, Twilight of the Gods by Zack Snyder.
That's a good ass show.
It's a good show, but it's definitely not for children.
Don't watch it with your kids. It's a good show, but not for kids. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But it's great. It's really Twilight of the Gods by Zack Snyder. Check that out. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, and
Netflix owe us some money, but good.
Okay. I ain't getting sponsored, but let me tell you something. Anyways, but low-key in that show, he has a prime example of the trickster spirits. Like, you never know what kind of trickster spirit. He played himself as a lizard in that show. He played himself as many creatures to transform and metamorphose or whatever.
Yeah, and
make himself into another creature that can spy on you from a distance. That's why people use low-key. People use certain spirits like low-key spirits. Hey, I need a low-key spirit to go and spy on this person and give me information so I can get me an intuitive downloader. Somehow know what this person is doing, because you don't know how to protect yourself from those low-key tricks or spirits. But when you recognize them, you see, hey, I see that low-key spirit on you. I see what you're doing. You have to know it and see it for what it is. But that show is a prime example of what those type of tricks or spirits can do and where it can lead you and what it can use. As soon as you get angry, as soon as you find some type of darkness in you, he uses that darkness against you and fuels you with it and lies to you and tricks you and tells you that you could do that. Use that anger for good when the good is really bad. So you have to be aware of how your feelings are. So that's why I was thinking about.
Legit.
So, but I really want to, go ahead and end this up with you guys.
Before you end, I'm going to ask you one question.
What is?
What is your perception of heaven?
Oh my God, my perception of heaven is peace. My perception is finding serenity, like whenever there's like I need the balance. Like my heaven is enjoying the moment and also the bad at the same time, because the bad is what makes me good. Because without the bad, I wouldn't know what good is.
Legit.
And I create my heaven based off my own experiences, and it lets me know what I want to be. So right now, even now, I'm in heaven, but yet I'm creating a better heaven. There's levels to this heaven. So it's like, my mind, it starts here in the mind. So as long as I'm here in my mind and I'm peaceful and I'm in heaven, I created here first, and then it eventually manifests in the physical 5D realm. I mean, in the 3D realm, because I'm in the 5D here, and then that's the 3D realm coming out. And that's where it starts. So my heaven would say, start in here in your mind, create the peace you wanted, visualize it, see it, and know it's already there, and just go for it.
Legit. It was a great answer.
Thanks. With that being said,
God, as always, she gonna keep it spiritual. I'm gonna keep it lyrical. Be cool how you be cool. Be you and be true.
and we're going to catch you guys on another episode of Drop Your Gems 252. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and before we end it, we have a Patreon that we will be promoting, and if you guys will see, it'll be at the end of this video. I will send you guys a link at the bottom, and it will be behind the scenes videos of what we do when we are just getting ourselves together and we're preparing for the show, and just to give you guys a little bit of how we really are, because sometimes we want, I want y'all to see how authentic we really are when we're really trying to get this started, because, in the beginning we try to make things perfect, and perfection is an illusion of things that we all try to strive for, but perfection is what we make it, and this is perfection in its best. So with that being said, thank you guys for liking the video, watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be sending you guys to our Patreon, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
And our personal pages. Like, share, subscribe. Go check out my other page at Tony Benjamin 252 on all platforms.
That's right. I'm on TikTok as well as mygems_express. I'm on Facebook, Shauna Martin. I'm on Instagram, mygems_express as well. And you'll see it all down below.
Yeah, it'll list all that. You know what I'm saying? But
check
like,
us out.
share, subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourself.
Peace and love.
You know what I mean?